Hermes got an earful from the actress whose name marks the luxury company's best-selling bag. Jane Birkin asked Hermes to stop using her name on the world's most expensive handbag. This was after the animal rights group PETA, People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals, posted this video on its website of alligators at a farm in Texas being skinned for products such as bags, watches, belts, and shoes. We're not going to show you the whole video because it gets pretty graphic, but needless to say, it upset a lot of people, including Jane Birkin. And Hermes's response to all this was that it is investigating the Texas farm, which it does not own, and that its policy is to source from providers who adhere to trade convention standards. Alix, my co-host for the next hour, joins me now. And Alix, Birkin bags cost anywhere from $9,400 to $60,000. And what makes some of the more high-end ones so expensive is because of the alligator skin.
Right. So crocodiles are really quite costly, and it's very dangerous to raise them. And you need to raise them in an environment where their underbellies don't get roughed up, so they can't be necessarily snapping at each other. And the way you kill them affects their skin, which affects the quality of the product. It's also hard to get them that have no bite marks in them, so that makes them also very rare, and it takes years to actually breed them. All of that leads to those croc skins and the higher prices, and of course those Birkin bags that are pricey.
You know, there are people in parts of the world who are such fans of Birkin bags that they create or build closets just to house all of them. They don't actually come out of the plastic bags. They're just there for someone to go in and admire them, like in a museum-like setting.
And this winds up making up a significant portion of the luxury handbag market. Sanford Bernstein says about 10% come from handbag sales of exotic animal skins, like a crocodile. For Hermes in particular, it looks about 15% of its sales, according to some analysts. So it's not insignificant. This is definitely a driver of their business.
One thing that I found interesting is that Crocs are fairly high maintenance, which I didn't realize. The pens need to be cleaned daily. They have a very strict feeding routine, and it goes back to what you're saying, that they don't want bite marks on the skin. If they have a less stressful life, then they're not apt to bite each other, and then the skin is
better for use
exactly.
at the end of the day.
And better to look at. And
that also leads to how you wind up killing them as well, because you need to make sure that the skins stay good for the end product, and therein lies the issue that PETA had, one of the issues that PETA had, which documented the way that these animals were actually killed, which I won't get into because it's pretty graphic, but that was part of the issue. And like you mentioned, this Texas supplier pen for crocodiles was not related to Hermes, and they say that they wind up going to their suppliers monthly to check and see if how they're raising the crocodiles is legit.
Yeah, but it does raise a lot of questions and certainly has gone viral.
Do you have a Birkin bag?
I do not.
Me neither.